And I'm back. Doesn't look better. No, it's fine, Foster. It's bugging me endlessly, so I hope I can find a solution to that. Does not seem to be much better for me. I'm not sure what it is. And but I also can't think of what the reason then might be if it's not on Twitch's end, because I didn't change anything and my internet connection is just fine.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yeah, still dropping for me.
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
So you're a
You
counselor.
make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Well, it's good that you are.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
What do you think of
This
Cerberus?
organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns
Imposter
working
chefs.
for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Does Cerberus hate aliens?
Sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also
I'm not
love
sure if that is a
Asari,
good
Quarian,
comparison.
Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You're very loving.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Do we have anything else? Are you happy?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Well, we won't.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Oh, I would
I
embrace
might
you.
do more than catch you, Kelly.
Now that's an enticing thought. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I think we're done for now.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe
Okay,
we'll
so
talk later.
we talked a little bit to Callie. So let's look around here a little bit. Check out everything. What's that? Let's close this. Let's talk to Joker.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby! Better than new. It fits me like a glove! And leather seats! Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of
Like
the
a
real
glove.
Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way
We
they'll
did
invest
have
as
a
much
serious
just to
love
screw us
interest
over.
in,
It'll be better than
Mass
the
Effect
old
1
days.
Koala,
I
yes.
hope so. I died.
Yeah, you were such a downer.
Anything else?
Commander,
So, how do you think we're doing?
well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last, I would never say anything against Miranda and expect to survive the reprisal. Jacob is way too nice a guy for the number of ways he knows how to kill people. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need
Okay.
to go spreading it around.
Let's talk about the good old days.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got
I will
dumped.
do at some
We're
point.
stuck in a weird
Shepard.
place, sure, but back
mentioned
then
it
it wasn't
before.
all sunshine and bunnies.
What about the old crew?
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
How are
I
things?
assume everything's going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
I'm no fan either, but we're stuck with it.
Until I find a soldering gun. There's gotta be some wires I can cross to make it hurt.
No sabotage. Understood?
Yeah, don't break the boss's toys.
Okay,
That's it
for
for
now,
now.
okay.
See you, Commander.
Is Belgium a part of Germany or the Netherlands? It's neither, Athelas. It's its own country.
Yes, Shepard.
Let's talk about you.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a
Or
specific
both, yeah.
inquiry?
We're all just Europeans. You and Joker,
How are
what's
you
going
getting
on?
along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
What's about
Why
your
are you
name?
named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
What about your location?
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
What's your job?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Cyber warfare?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network.
Like
Once I seize
North
control of
America,
their
just
systems,
few.
I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
That's pretty impressive.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
So, what monitoring
The
devices?
Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
Additional functions?
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed. Some
Okay.
of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Tell me about Cerberus.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Okay, how many cells are
So
there?
how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
A block.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Okay.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Okay. Another... What about the resources?
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Another topic
Let's
then.
discuss something else.
Ready.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
Okay,
That's all
bye-bye.
for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
So, we have that. What's that? Oh, we found something. Whatever that is. Not much else here, so let's check out this room. Edie is keeping secrets. Yeah, there are some things blocked in her memory core that she can't access. When my kids were in 6th grade, they had to memorize the location of every country and the capitals in the world. Yeah, I know that. I had to do the same. Guess we had to quiz them.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
It's a risky
You may
assignment.
change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks as taught. And you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the collective
he's
threat
unsure
is
about
real, and we do something about it,
Cerberus as
will
well.
be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
Well, I'm glad to have you
I look
aboard.
forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay, anything else?
Commander, can I help you with something?
Thoughts about the
How are we
mission?
doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
What's your
What do you
opinion
think
of
of
the
the
crew?
state of the crew?
Well, we don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants?
What?
Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
Okay, we checked all that. I want to
I'm
talk
more
about you.
interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these
Jeez.
talks, Shepard.
Okay,
Let's do
fine.
this later.
Fine.
We'll talk later.
Play with
Commander.
your little guns here. Okay, that's the briefing comm room. Of course, there's an ED part as well. Tech labs is blocked for now. Some of these rooms will be filled later on with additional crew members. So now let's go down to the crew quarters. What's going on here?
Oh, she's a cutie. How old?
She'll be a year old next month.
Oh, you'll miss her first birthday.
Wow. My family lives in New Canton.
Oh, that colony's on the edge of the frontier. Could be vulnerable to collector attack, couldn't it?
Exactly. It's most important that she have a first birthday. That's why I'm here.
It's nice that you get a little bit of backstory on some of your not named crew members. I like those little conversations that you can log into. Okay, that's our restroom, very important. Always good if you don't know what to do, just taking a long dump
Shepard, the women's restroom is on the starboard side of the ship.
and think about things. So, anything else here?
Chef surprise again? Come on, Rupert.
I'm sorry, Princess. Filet mignon and caviar coming right up. Let me just get out my doilies.
That'd be real nice, Mr. Gardner.
Commander Shepard, the hero of the Citadel. You did humanity proud that day. As Sergeant Rupert Gardner here. How can I be of service?
Need
Do
anything?
you have everything you need?
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker.
Okay.
Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
So how can I help?
What do you need?
If I had some quality ingredients... Oh, shit. You've got more to worry about than grocery shopping on the Citadel. Forget I mentioned it.
Well, give me the
If
list.
I head that way, I'll keep an eye out.
Much appreciated. Most of this list is probably standard fare for those namby-pambies on the Citadel. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Tell me about your responsibilities.
What do you do here on the Normandy?
What don't I do? Most think of me as the ship's cook, but I'm also the facilities technician and custodian. HVAC, plumbing, non-mission critical electrical. I make sure they're all clean and running.
Janitor and cook?
So the man cleaning the toilets is also preparing the meals?
I wash my hands. Most of the time.
Very
This ain't no
reassuring.
luxury liner. You have
Very
to pull your
reassuring.
own weight in a Cerberus vessel, and I catch what falls through the cracks. Through the cracks.
Great joke.
How do you feel about working for Cerberus?
Damn proud. Cerberus gets the job done. The Alliance and Council have got their heads buried so deep up their butt puckers they can't see squat. It'll take good old human ingenuity to crush these collector vermin. Only Cerberus knows that.
Okay, what about joining
How did you
servers?
find your way into Cerberus?
Can you believe I was once a family man, working the EZO raids
All good,
along the
Shepard.
frontier? I was
Totally
happy
fine.
enough, but losing everything to Batarian raiders can change your outlook. I needed to make a difference. I'm no soldier, but I've got skills, and Cerberus keeps an eye out for talent. I'll do whatever it takes to help, be that plumbing a sewer, routing an air duct, or keeping everyone's bellies full.
Okay.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Nah, but Athalas, you're just fine. Oh, Dr. Chuckworth is still here.
Commander Shepard, I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Why are you here?
Shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Do you need
Do
anything?
you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
Well, I will get you
Keep
another.
an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
No, I want to have a drink with you, Chuckworth. You are always nice. So, what about you leaving the Alliance?
After you've been with the Alliance for years, why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
So you need to
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring. I'm used to the hum of engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
fly? Okay. So, what about joining Cerberus?
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you,
Aww,
on a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race.
you are the
I have faith
sweetest.
that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
What are the odds of survival?
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together. I've lived a full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
isn't
I'll see you
Dr.
later,
Chuck
Doctor.
was just
Commander.
the sweetest. And a badass as well. Okay, can't enter there. Miranda, before I talk to you, let me look. Anything we can examine here? No. Let's talk to
Commander.
her.
What can I do for you?
So tell me about the Normandy's status.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What do you do
What
here?
exactly are your duties aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the elusive man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the elusive man, updating our status.
Can we have a talk?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions.
I do.
Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
Well, you remembered it, Danielle. Success. So what's Cerberus' goal?
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus' long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Solarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Okay.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
So what exactly is Cerberus?
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific.
Literary.
But we're all working towards the same goal. We keep our ranks and structure similar to the Alliance. A lot of our recruits started there, but not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Mm-hmm. And what about the resources?
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
We're very well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how.
Yeah,
well.
exactly,
But our
Shepard.
resources aren't unlimited.
Mess Sergeant
Reviving
Gardner.
you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
Yeah. What about the elusive man?
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
What makes you think so?
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Well, I want to know more about
Tell
you.
me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you.
Okay.
Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
You are genetically modified?
What level of genetic modification are we talking about?
It's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
So you're perfect.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Yeah, everyone is on the E3 hype. I never really checked out these conferences and these festivities, which is why I miss most of the game announcement, and then just a few weeks later it's like, okay, that looks cool. But since I'm not really watching any trailers, and I don't know, it's just not for me. But why didn't they make her face cute then? Oh, the burn.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
The burn.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, They're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes.
Well, maybe the
And it's why I
design
was
went
assigned
more
to
into
you.
the boobs and less
It's my
into
job
the
to make
face.
sure you succeed, Shepard.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
Okay, so that was our talk with Miranda. We will have some more with her for sure. Let's go down to engineering. A two-back babe. It's cause of genetics, yeah. Let's look around here. Engineer Daniels.
You came all the way down here to see us?
Oh, Alpha is in the game.
Speaking to our commanding officer.
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control system.
Those two are the best.
This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
You need anything?
You set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What's the issue?
What kind of problems are you having?
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there is an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short, if we had T6 FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
Why don't you have them?
Why isn't something like that already installed?
It's probably just a design oversight. Efficiency isn't affected. It's a maintenance issue.
Also, the T6 model can be hard to find. Nash and Stellar Dynamics discontinued
They've kept
them.
the Scottish Starlight in space,
Probably
yeah.
find used ones in the Omega markets, but we have no time for shore leave.
That's true, Shepard. I agree with that. So tell me about your
Where'd
training.
you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the
Those
Alliance.
two are
serving
always
on the
bickering,
SSV
Danielle.
Perugia.
It's
She
hilarious.
flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
But you left the
Why
Alliance.
did you leave the Perugia?
After you died, Anderson lost political clout. The Council backslid on the Reaper menace.
They discounted Sovereign as an isolated threat, as a single...
Which was bullshit. They said your warnings of a greater danger were mistaken or delusional.
We lost respect for Alliance leadership. We need to fight the real enemy, and only Cerberus seem to be doing that.
Okay, so what about Ken joining
How
service?
did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an understatement. If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it got me noticed by the elusive man. He made
Those
an
odd
offer.
lines
Here I am.
are scars from being dead, and we will learn more about the nature of those later. It has a reason, Koala. It will be explained. Well, for those of us on our first watch through, we're just going off what we've seen so far, Shepard. That's true, Shepard. Don't talk too much about the future. Gabby joining service.
Why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy.
No,
When he
it
got the
wasn't a
Cerberus
spoiler,
offer, I insisted
necessarily.
they'd include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and
Oh, fine.
Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her,
He's-
I had to jump.
Probably just keeping it to the present conversation. What's your feeling about Cerberus?
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Right in the daddy bags.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Will do. Nice.
I'm amazed Shepard came down to see us.
I told you she would.
Those two have one of the best idle chat as well. So, we also have downstairs. So let's check this out. Yeah, at least Exactly. There are at least some degree of death, like a different degree of death to everyone. Like, for the most part, there's always more going on than it meets the eye on first sight. Till she vaporizes. And now let's check out our captain's cabin. I mean, we have to check if Cerberus not only build a nice warship, but also gives us some comfort. So, what do we have here? Aha. We have an aquarium. Maybe we can put Squidge in here and there. And we have a private terminal. I will look at that later. Metals. Oh, we have our own toilet. That's flush. We have music. Okay, okay. There we can customize our gear again. Let's check out the terminal team status. Check the status of your team. Upgrades. Where does that lead? About unread messages. Read your new messages. Message from Anderson. Counselor Anderson, on the off chance that the rumors are true and you actually are alive, I need you to come and talk to me on the Citadel. A lot has changed in the last 2 years. You put us on top, and it's only fair that you be allowed to speak for yourself about what we've been hearing. Dantes! Hey, welcome! Danielle missed you. Yeah, you missed the beginning. Welcome, Dantes. Okay, we've read that. Those are our medals, just in-game achievements. Okay, since I'm addicted, I have to. Do you plan? I played Detroit, Shepard. I already played it and I loved it. You can watch the VOD either on my YouTube or on my Twitch. I will give you the YouTube link if you want to watch it. And yeah, it's all uploaded. We had lots of fun. So let's go back to here.
No messages for you, Commander.
No messages. So now we have the big question where to go first. And we heard about Omega. There would be 2. Now we can also fly around a little bit here. Isn't that nice? Then there's the fuel depot. Let's get a full tank here, and then we can check out those planets as well. So that is how the space map works in this game. Yeah, nice, Jared. I had lots of fun with the game. So let's check out this and how it works in this game. We are not just landing on the planets or just get a close or a small text about them. Now we scan them. And as you can see, we have on the right side an indicator on how much of the different elements are there. In this case, lots of palladium and platinum. And when we send a probe, we have 10 at the moment. We can later upgrade the Normandy to get more probes.
Palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
Harvest those.
In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
So let's look around here. The scan results good means that there is still like a good amount of resources to harvest on the planet. Like here, we have lots of platinum. It is pretty boring. I won't do it too much, but a little bit so we have enough resources to buy all the upgrades we need later.
Probe launched.
There's even more.
Probe away.
Here is lots of iridium.
Probe. In research projects, iridium is
Now
used
it's
to upgrade
poor.
heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
And now I will leave the planet. Yeah, I will try to keep it to a minimum with the scanning, but maybe we can use that to then, I don't know, chat about things. Let's buy some probes. Up to 30 I can have now. Busy, had to increase working hours and all my seminars are back on regular scale, so I used last weekends to play for myself, mostly Skyrim. Oh, nice. I will scan the planets around here for now, and then we will continue with the mission. We will land on Omega, where we have where two dossiers leads us for people who might be able to join our little crew. And that is, of course, our main goal right now, to assemble the team to fight whatever is abducting those colonists. Don't really care if it's only like a little bit. Oh, there we have something.
Probe away.
Sure, you can edit the save. I understand that. I won't do that, but totally understand that. Because it's like, it's nothing really... It's not super exciting to do that. And if you do it for your own, it's just saving some time.
Launching probe.
So, if that... Oh, I didn't want to go all the way back. No, I totally get it. I personally won't do it, Shepard, but I totally see where you're coming from. It was somewhere. Oh, yeah, let's see here.
Probe away.
I'm doing very well. I'm a bit annoyed today because for some reason frame drops are very, very high today. But other than that, I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Probe away. Launching probe.
Off for today, need to see some Monkey Island ends. Thanks for streaming. Alright, Koala, have a good time. Have fun with Monkey Island. See you around. And welcome back to the Acolytes.
Launching probe.
It looks like the frame rate's got a little bit better over the last few minutes. Though still happening a lot, so I'm very, very sorry about that. This one is depleted, so I think... Okay, we're 100% Discovery in Sahara Arabic, and now we can land on Omega. Omega, built in the mined-out husk of a metallic asteroid, Omega has been a haven for criminals, terrorists, and malcontents for thousands of years. At times the station has lain idle and abandoned for centuries, only to be reactivated by a new group of outlaws seeking a fresh start. The space station's original, elegant design has given way to half-hearted expansion by scrabbling factions of every species. There is no central government or unifying authority on Omega, and nobody can recall a time there ever was one. That is the Omega station. And again, we have 2 dossiers that leads us here to find new crew members. One for the professor, for the expert for biological weapons, Maureen Solis, and a dossier for some kind of renegade type of guy called Archangel. For now, we can only pick those 2. So we add Miranda and Jacob. 5 to... Let's go into barrier. So... why can't he do that? Oh, that is... we have to gain his loyalty so he can get that. I think I will go into these because, especially in the beginning, those are pretty good. Could I advise anything if you want some love on companion lines or not really? I don't know. It's like I just want to play it like I feel. I want to play it. I don't want to go like, oh, and now I have to do this to get this line, and now I have to do this and this. I just like to go with the flow, and whatever I find and see and hear and read, fine, and whatever I miss, I miss. And I played it a lot by myself, so the chance that I at some point seen it myself is pretty high.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate. Now.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Okay.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Relax, buddy.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morden Solis runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
So that also tells me that for some reason the DLCs are not working, because otherwise there would have been something. I will check out if I can make it work for next time. View of Omega. Talk to Miranda.
Omega. What a piss hole. At least it keeps you on your toes. I've had to come here on business before. I feel like I need a shower afterward, in addition to normal decontamination.
Okay. Let's find out what we have here.
On, let me in.
Let me in. What's going on here?
What are you looking at?
Careful now.
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get
Yeah,
in
the
my
frame
face.
drops are very bad,
See my
Dantes.
gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now. See you around.
Alright, Shepard, bye-bye. We can buy a bottle of brandy. Yes, the brandy for Chakwas, so we can have a drink with her.
There's much better moves in the abyss.
Is it just me, or are you getting better looking?
There's a recruiter. And I think I won't continue too long for today, just because of the frame drops. I will have to check that out, what the issue there is. Yeah, it really sucks.
Talk to Arya.
Oh, fine. Okay, what's going on here?
That's close enough.
stand still.
What's the
If
scan
you're looking
for?
for weapons, you're not doing a very good job.
Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face.
I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Depends on the questions.
You run Omega?
I am Omega.
Okay. Quite the ego.
But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one rule. Don't fuck with Arya.
Fine. I have similar rules,
Sounds
though.
like neither of us likes being jerked around.
And on your ship, that would matter. Here, we entertain my preferences.
Okay. Let's sit down. Have a nice talk.
So, what can I do for you?
So
I'm
what
trying
about
to
this
track down
Archangel guy?
You and half of Omega. You want him dead too?
Why is everyone after him?
He thinks he's fighting on the side of good. There is no good side to Omega. Everything he does pisses someone off. It's catching up to him.
Sounds perfect for
Just
us.
the kind of guy I'm looking for.
Really? Well, aren't you interesting? You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now.
Explain.
What kind of trouble?
The local merc groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help them.
Sounds like that might be our ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up.
I need info about
Can you
Archangel.
tell me about Archangel?
Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic. But he seems to know enough to stay clear of
What
me.
groups are after him?
Which merc groups are after Archangel?
Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel.
So what about
Do
you?
you hate Archangel?
I don't have time for hate, but I distrust them all equally. For now, I'm happy
Okay.
just to let them kill each other.
I
Thanks.
appreciate the help.
See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help him.
So what about this Mordin
I'm
Solos
looking
guy?
for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him?
The Solarian doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you.
Do you know him?
What can you tell me about him?
Used to be part of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous.
Okay.
Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up.
Okay.
If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst place to have your office in, being surrounded by strippers. You know? Tell me a little bit more about Omega.
So you must know what's what on Omega.
Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink. Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours. Just don't waste my time.
Jeez.
One scan and we're straight to business. People are usually more concerned about who I am.
Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you.
And what about you?
Tell me how you got set up here.
That's as privileged as information gets. I have many friends and enemies I keep at varying distances. I don't count you among either. We'll see how useful you prove. Short answer, Mind your own damn business.
Okay, bye.
Maybe I'll come back later.
Maybe I'll be here.
So we got some informations, and I think I will call it a day here, because I don't know what's going on with the stream and the frame drops, and I don't know. I'm very sorry about that. Kind of a shitty stream. I will probably be back tomorrow, and I hope everything will be fixed and better then. Not quite sure what I will stream tomorrow. Maybe I will just continue with Mass Effect so we get a proper stream in and not this flaming pile of shit that we had today. So, I hope you all have a great day anyway, and that you guys find some other stream to watch. I will send you over to someone. I will look for a raid, or for someone to raid, and then I will call it a day. Since a bunch of you already jumped over, let's raid Falstro. Falstro, not Falstra. Alright, have a good night. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you, Christopher, for the auto host. Thank you, Aomame, for the host. Thank you, Danielle, for gifting a sub to Koala. And thank you, Athelas, for gifting a sub to Falstro. And last but not least, of course, Danielle, thank you very much for your 100 bits. Hope you all have a good night, and I hope to see you tomorrow with a better stream.